Hey guys! So, anime, manga, books, video games, movies, and almost any form of media have certain tropes and cliches so that we can recognize what we're supposed to be watching, playing, or whatever the heck the company expects us to do with that form of media. However, there are just some tropes and cliches that you just don't want to see anymore. And sometimes they can trigger reactions out of you. Now, most times those reactions are a mild annoyance or even you just shut it off and move on to the next thing. However, some forms of tropes and cliches just make you rage quit. And I don't mean the simple kind where you slam your laptop down and you head outside. No, instead, it triggers something almost barbaric out of you.
A.N.I.M.E wins. Flawless victory.
Yeah, sometimes it can get that bad. And for me, having certain tropes and cliches always shoved down my throat in anime can trigger that sort of reaction. So here is my list of tropes, cliches, or just things in anime and manga in general that just make me upset. Now, I'm American, and that means we love opinions, whether it's our opinions or opinions from other people. So basically that means if you don't agree with my list, you are more than welcome to make your own list, either on a video in the comment section below, or even on your blog, your Twitter, your Facebook, or whatever the heck it is you use. Just form your own opinion. It's okay. It's allowed here. So, without further ado, let's begin. Now, the first thing that I really hate is pointless fan service. Now, you're probably thinking, why is that so low on the list? Why isn't that like number one on this list? So, one, I technically didn't number this list. And number two is because I think I've just become so uncaring and jaded toward that it doesn't matter. Whenever I see a panty shot, I say, oh, those are really cute panties. I wish they sold those in real life so I could wear them. Or if I see a boob shot, it's like, oh, wow, thank you for lowering my self-esteem. Or if I see two guys who are going to get together but don't, it's like, oh, okay, I wonder what the fanfiction will be about this time. So basically what I'm trying to tell you is it doesn't concern me as much. However, when there is a legitimately good anime or manga, and I am watching or reading it, and there is good actual plot, there is good action, there is good suspense, there's good drama, there's a good love triangle, suddenly, then there is a panty shot, and I'm wondering, where did you come from? Why do you exist? Why are you here? And it becomes distracting and pointless, and then I want to sit there and throw my laptop at a wall because you just ruined what could have been a very good golden time defining anime series with pointless panty shots and boob shots. I mean, seriously. Or then there was just pointless guys getting together but not getting together, and yeah, we fan service. It's annoying. Stop it. The next thing on this list would have to be, without a doubt, shallow, pointless, cardboard cutout characters. Now, most times these characters are dull and boring love interests, but sometimes they're also protagonists, and that gets really annoying. When I sit down and I watch an anime series, or I sit down and I read a manga, I read or watch it because I want to see some person go through a big and mighty adventure or an awesome slice of life comedy thing, and I want to be entertained. But I can't be entertained when I have this cardboard cutout walking around and pretending to be a protagonist. Now, most times this is mostly for harems and reverse harems, probably to keep the status quo of all these different types of side characters that the guy or girl is going to get with, so their personalities don't bump heads. And I don't exactly understand that. I mean, I understand why they do it because, for example, a reverse harem in Alice the Country of Hearts Alice is a tsundere, and when you see all these other side characters, some of them you just gotta say, no, I think on a normal, if this was reality, that person would not tolerate what she's doing right now. So I understand it in that way, but there are ways to sit down, and when you do up character sheets, you can make sure that the protagonist has certain character traits that wouldn't bump too much with all these other characters. You know, basic writing 101. But yeah, it's just boring. Kind of like this whole 5-second talk, huh? Yeah, it hurts. I understand. Moving on. So another thing in anime and manga that annoys me to no end has to be the Lolita or the Shota of the series being the most stupidest character, the densest character, the most mind-blowingly annoying character, and yet they are the most mind-numbingly powerful character. I mean, seriously, the Lolita simply cries and then suddenly the world explodes. I mean, the whole time, her character traits have always been stupid, idiot, stupid, idiot. Has there ever been a deviation from it? No, but then suddenly you want to give the powers of the entire universe into her tiny body. Universe, what were you thinking? The powers that be obviously had taken a day off, and their brother, Stupid McGee, decided to sit down and do this. It makes no sense. I don't understand it. Stop doing it. It was once upon a time an amazing plot twist. Oh my gosh, she has powers! But now it's just annoying, and now I want you to stop. Please, thank you. Do you know what's more annoying than a guy and a girl bickering with each other? Kissing, making up, and then bickering with each other some more? No? What if I told you the same girl bickered with another guy, they kissed and made up, and then she's full of indecision on who she should bicker with for the rest of her life? I hate shoddy love triangles. This is basically the punchline of this joke. Shoddy love triangles to me is what terrible video games are for hardcore gamers. You don't want it, you wish they would stop putting the stuff out, but they still do, and you still have to sit there and you have to grovel through it all every single time and then find that one good gem. It's hard to do, it's almost impossible, and really, it puts love triangles to shame because love triangles are perfect ways to create drama. This one girl not understanding whose love of her life will be. It should be amazing, and yet it is not. All it is one girl not deciding whether or not she should get with this boring and dull love interest guy or this kind of interesting guy. Pick one. They're practically the same. The only difference is one looks different from the other. No, seriously, a terrible love triangle, that's usually the case. Don't believe me? Go watch something. I can basically point to anything at this point because it's so saturated in the market. Just go. When I was a youngling in the anime community, things like Tokyo Mew Mew, Mermaid Melody, Pretty Cure, and magical girl anime in general just used to make me so happy and bubbly inside. So basically, I got used to magical girl transformations. In fact, the transformation sequences were some of my most favorite parts of magical girl anime simply because it's so pretty. The dresses were cute, the little poses are cute, everything about it is just so adorable, it makes me smile. Except when it's in other things that aren't magical girl anime or where you need a transformation sequence. Why are you wasting about 30 seconds and millions of dollars on something that isn't needed? I feel like transformation sequences that aren't in the mecha or magical girl or something that actually needs a transformation sequence is so pointless and useless, and you're trying to sit down and fill in 30 seconds of space. It's annoying. Stop it. Why are you doing this? It's basically like that one part in Invader Zim when the tiny little robot decided he was going to get into his dog suit so that he wouldn't let the humans know that they were space invaders. You had this... It's a pretty cool sequence, don't get me wrong, but I feel like you wasted 30 seconds and hundreds of dollars, and you wonder why you sat there and got canceled because you were over budget. That 30 seconds could have been used for something else entirely. An anime example of this would be Rosario+Vampire. Whenever her cross gets yanked off, her vampire powers become fully realized, and she gets a quick transformation sequences of basically her butt and her boobs getting huge. I mean, really, really huge. Was that really needed? All the bats, all the awesome animation. Yes, it's cool. Thank you. You showed off. good for you. But was that 30 seconds really needed? Did you have nothing else you could fill your time with? And it could be justified if all the other girls got their transformation sequences whenever they became monsters, but they never did. So I never understood why Mocha got hers. And of course, someone in the comment section is going to say, she's the love interest for Sukune. And I'm going to say, I don't care, it was pointless. So yeah, pointless transformation sequences. They're annoying. Moving on. So the number one thing that annoys me to no end about anime and has literally caused my poor laptop pain and harm because I've smacked it, and has caused my poor head to hate me because I've smacked it so many times as well, has to be the screaming of attacks. Why? Now I understand if it's for RPing reasons, like for those who roleplay. Calling out the name of the attack would help because then, you know, you would be able to sit down and be like, oh, I used this attack, and oh, I used this attack, and make it go around much easier. Or if it's something like a card game, that makes it go around much easier as well. But a lot of these animes, people RP, yes, but they don't have card games. They don't have other things that would make calling out the name make sense. In fact, it is so ridiculous that Naruto made it into an art form. So not only will the person trying to murder you know that you are doing a certain attack because you're doing little hand signs, they will also know because you're screaming out the attack. Which brings me to another point. If you're screaming out the attack, how come the bad guys never sit down and suddenly up and change their attack so that way they can block said attack? Why is this not done? Or why is it not done for the good guys? The bad guys are screaming their attack. The good guys can sit there and say, oh, well, I'm not doing this attack, I'm blocking. Never done. I am sure in the big book of anime and manga, there is a law that says, thou shalt scream attacks and thou shalt not block them properly. And if that is not a rule, well, guess what? It is now, and someone needs to sit down, make a big council, and decide that law needs to be put down to rest because it is not needed, it is annoying, and really, half the plot would probably change if they did. But hey, that is all really just my opinion. After all, everyone is allowed to have one. So why don't you click the like button below so that way you can tell me you liked my opinion. That would be nice. Or you can like it because of my awesome shower curtain. Also, if you have an opinion that does not coincide with my opinion, that's fine. Let me know in the comment section and tell me what you like about these tropes or what you don't like about certain tropes, or just tell me. It's okay. No one's going to judge. This is a no judging zone. Or what you could do is tell me what you want next. Do you want a review? Do you want a rant? Or would you want to sit down and me to do an anime classroom? Just let me know in the comment section. You're more than welcome to it. And so you know I kept my promise, click the subscribe button below. That way everything gets all up in that inbox. See you guys! 秘密の部屋二人きりそっと鍵を